All right, it's 6:04. It's Wednesday, December 17th. I'll call the Groveland Board of Health meeting to order. First order of business is to approve and review and approve the minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
I couldn't get them to come through on my silly computer, so I have not.
Check them out. It's set. There's no edits or amendments. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Can read through, I'll read through them real quick and
Well, I'm gonna go on the chairman's, there's no edits, there's no
yeah,
changes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is a tobacco violation hearing of Jerry's Variety Store. And I see we have Jody from MHOA on to give us a little back on that. And I think we'll hear from Jody first, and then we'll hear from the owner of Jerry's Variety. So Jody, if you don't mind just giving us a little bit of context as to what happened during your inspection.
Okay, on October 30th, 2025, myself and a member of the Groveland Board of Health, who was completing a ride-along for this visit, entered the store. And during these inspections, we hand out informational materials, and then we proceed to, do a check around the store to make sure that the retailer is in compliance. And during this visit on October 30th, there were 3 separate violations that were found. One was offering for sale a flavored tobacco product or tobacco product flavor enhancer. The next was missing manufacturer letters, which a retailer is able to contact their distributor and get those pretty quick. And the other one was a failure to comply with a ban on self-service display. And if we sent pictures that were taken during the inspection, so you might have those to review in regard to the flavored products and for the self-service display. This is a first violation for this retailer, and the fine is $1,000.
If I'm not mistaken, these fines are a stackable offense if the board chose to do it that way as well.
That could be done, yes.
Yeah. So just so the rest of the board understands that because these multiple violations were found at this one visit, the board could choose to assign them as first, second, and third offenses and stack. So the first offense is 1,000, the second is 2,000, and the third is 5,000.
Correct.
We could stack them first, second, and third and give an $8,000 fine. We don't have a local regulation, and so we don't have a first-time suspension. But the regulations at the state level call for a 7-day suspension on a second offense and a 30-day suspension on a third offense.
Correct.
So the violation and the penalty here is just the $1,000 fine. We're happy to hear from.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You can just state your name and address for the record.
I'm owner of Jerry's Variety, Hardy Patel. I would like to speak behalf on the violation. First of all, the tobacco, it weren't a tobacco wraps. The what she found as the flavored, they were hemp wraps. And prior to her visit, we had multiple visits from the state as well. And the guy who came and did his own inspection never ever mentioned anything about this is illegal to sell or what these products are. So, how would we know that this is a hemp wraps, not even a tobacco wraps, as you would know it, that's illegal to sell. And I do get about the not having a reachable. It's just we weren't told, or I have no idea that I admitted that customer could easily reach it and grab it. That I do admit it. And the rest, the third one is, what was the third one? I forget.
The missing manufacturer letters.
Yes, yeah, manufacturer letters. We were told, and I also notified the retail where we buy all the stuff from, which is J. Pollock, and it was just the guy said we'll get to you, and I wasn't really like aware of that you have to have it type thing. inside the store about the letter that indicates what you can sell and what you can't sell.
How long have you owned this business?
About 7 years.
7 years?
Yes.
Do you remember the state inspector's name that came to the store?
I have his email address,
How many times did he come to the store recently?
probably like 3 times in the past couple of years or so, in a year.
So the state inspector said there was no violations.
Yeah, no.
Do you-
May
yeah,
I'm so sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
I'm not sure which state inspector there was. There are several different agencies that might have entered the store. One of them being the Department of Revenue.
Yeah.
And they really do not go into they're looking to make sure that all of the cigarettes have their tax stamp, that they'll go through your invoices. I'm not sure that they would have.
They were on the invoice because we just had a person that came in not too long ago. So that was different person than what I got from the other guy.
So in regard to tobacco inspections, we use an iPad, and in the iPad, we record our visits, and we use this. It's from County.
Yes.
It's called Post. And I was looking back in your history, and there have been no recorded tobacco visits since 2018. So that's not to say another agency, but they just weren't using the.
So I recently, not too even long ago, we're in December. We had a visit probably in this past June, from the same, I don't know who the guy was. He says from the state, and he would come in with his iPad and all. And he did do the inspection. I could get the report for you guys.
I mean, I'd like to know who this inspector is.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I deal with this quite a bit. I work for a city. We have a tobacco control program.
It was
Ignorance of the law is not really a defense from where I sit. So, I'm very familiar with the Post program that Jody has mentioned. So I deal with this constantly. So, I don't know how the rest of the board.
because I was emailing back and forth about a couple of things, so I could find his name. His exact name. I have to find out his name.
In regard to the flavored hemp wraps, those would be considered a flavor enhancer. So a flavor enhancer is something that is flavored that you would put tobacco in, and then that product would flavor the tobacco. So that's
Yes, but
why
we
these-
were always told to have this product, ever since for the past few years, and I don't even sell. It was like one of those couple boxes was just sitting. We wouldn't even sell it. We'd be lucky enough to sell one out of like a whole year.
And this is where if you were able to get your manufacturer letters, the maker,
Yeah, so
the
after your
maker
visit,
of the natty wraps, they're called natty wraps.
yeah,
Natty actually
Definitely not allowed.
puts out a manufacturer letter, and none
Yes.
of the products that you had are actually on their letter. So you can only sell the products that are listed. So all the major brands of cigarettes, cigars, they put out these letters and they list the products that are fine to sell in Massachusetts. If the
Yes,
product is
I-
not on the letter, then it is not able to be sold.
Yes, after your visit, I definitely got the letter. I wasn't
Right.
really aware of about the letters and, I mean, while back when we go to the, what do you call it, the seminars, they do like a bunch of, um, forget the word, that all the retailers goes there and, they set up their own little stores and stuff. And yeah, someone did mention at the time and our salesperson, who passed away from cancer. So that was 6 to 8 months ago. So she was in place for the past 6, 7 years that we've been in a business with her, and we got a new guy. So since then, I wasn't really even like intact with the new person. But I have all the letters, I have and the N license too, I know, it was there, but I just didn't have a printout of it.
Mhm.
I'm looking for at least a warning. I mean,
When was the last time we ever did inspections for the stores in this town? That anybody would even be familiar with any of this?
I mean, these laws have been on the books for a while, and tobacco control has been in, I mean, I worked in tobacco control 25 years ago.
But in Groveland, I'm talking specifically, because in Groveland is where we're having the problem here today.
I mean, I don't know exactly when the last time when Groveland was removed from the Merrimack Valley Tobacco Control Program, but they were involved in it. Retailers knew very well about what was going on in tobacco control. From my perspective, as a business owner, they have to understand and they have to know the rules and regulations about the products they sell. Now, what I'll say is, and I'll leave this up to a vote of the board, is there's two options here. We can reduce this down to a warning, and it's a first offense, but the second offense is going to be a $2,000 fine and a 30-day suspension. So it goes to the next level. It's a first offense. He skips over, in my opinion, the $1,000 fine and goes to the $2,000 fine and a 30 days suspension.
we're willing to take it because there is no activities that,
As long as he has complied with these, with fixing the violations, and this remains a first violation without the $1,000 penalty, anything that happens moving forward will be a second violation. Like, I'm fine with that. I mean, all of our meetings are public. This wasn't done behind closed doors. Everything that we
Right.
talk about here is made public. So there was nothing.
And if
That
you
you-
have questions,
yeah.
you should contact us and we'll put you in contact with Jody. She's going to be our representative as we've signed an agreement with this agency to do this on our behalf. But I think that
Absolutely,
the
'cause they were-
retailers, there's only 4 retailers in town now that sell tobacco products. My understanding is Nerods and Nyrods stopped selling.
They don't sell.
So we want to make sure that the major thing to me is that they're not selling to anyone under 21.
yes,
They removed all the flavored products and that they're complying with the rules and regulations of the
Absolutely.
Massachusetts.
absolutely.
And
there
we
is-
will be looking at implementing, and this is my opinion anyway, local regulations, because I think that's the next step for this town is to have a local regulation.
The other thing, I mean, he's offering to prove that this inspector came.
Well, I mean, if he can show me, I mean, I'd like to know who this person is, because in all honesty, like I said, I know that there's a number of inspectors that go out. There's some from the Department of Revenue, but none of them do what Jody does. None of them. Because I have an inspector that works for me.
Well, this was all new to me when we
And
implemented it.
nobody does what she does.
Right.
And I can tell you from firsthand experience that we have had a couple of instances where we have stacked fines for egregious violations. I have one right now that is an appeal for a $12,000 fine and a 67-day suspension. So I take it very seriously.
Yes, no, I do take my business very seriously too, as well, but it just wasn't aware of it that this just, that package it's considered a flavor,
Well, if it says anything other than, tobacco on it and it's got a flavor enhancer, it's got a flavor of some sort label.
It
on
was just
it's-
a hemp wraps. It
He said it's
wasn't really
it's-
known to have a
That
tobacco.
it's considered a flavor enhancer. And that's. what
Yes,
helped.
now there is very clear about it, but it wasn't a time of period that anyone even made this clear that this product is a flavored tobacco, you know,
Well,
prohibited
I
to sell
think
it.
the flavor ban went into effect under Governor Baker in 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Correct.
that is right, but so how come we were getting it from like the sellers?
Because what I'm
The
gonna
ones
tell
that
you
were-
is the distributor is gonna sell you whatever they're gonna sell you because they're not concerned about your business. They're only concerned about their business and they're gonna sell you stuff that they know you can't sell.
I don't think so, because then
I
believe him over what.
No, you're
I'm
absolutely right.
I'm gonna tell you because I've been doing this for
Yeah.
a long time. And I see people just like you every single month at my board meetings in Salem. They have the same letters, they have the same stories because they trust their distributors and the manufacturers. And they're getting hurt by them.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm
I'm
not
just
saying
warning
that,
you
yeah.
that they're gonna sell you something that you may not be able to sell because, you know, they may not know it or they just
Don't care.
don't care. So you have to be careful. I mean, I'll leave it up to to a vote of the board.
No, it was just
How they want to handle this, but
It was one of those things that I wasn't aware of it, and just
again,
that
I'm gonna
box,
tell
it
you,
was
in my
tough.
opinion,
Jody would like to speak too.
yeah, ignorance of the law is not a defense. You can't get stopped for speeding and say,
No.
no, I couldn't speed
Yeah.
and say that, you know, that's okay. So that to me is not a defense.
But
when
it
comes to
was,
this.
I would appreciate more as that from the state of department could go around and be like, listen, this is how the serious in this matter is, or like certain products, because like I said, it was just one left behind product that never even know of that this is considered
So-
not to sell.
Take it
And
as,
that's what he's going after, just that one or two box.
So what I'll tell you for the town of Groveland is we don't have a program locally. We've contracted or entered into a memorandum of understanding with the Massachusetts Health Officers Association to do this on our behalf. Excuse me, they'll be out on what I assume is a somewhat regular basis, but they
Yeah.
won't be here as frequently as you would if we had a
Yes.
program.
Yeah, I mean.
So if you
instead
have
of like this.
questions-
Yes,
Reach out to us.
yes,
And we can put you in touch with Jody, or I don't know if she left her card with you or.
Yeah.
yes, you know, I have her information.
So you can reach out directly to Jody and she'll give you
Yes.
all the education you want.
No, which is I did got it at your visit, you know, right after you left, I have everything, whatever you were looking for, and everything is in place as far as,
Mhm.
you know, the reachable item goes and the ends, the documents and,
You took stuff off. while we
I
were
did right
there.
away.
too.
Yeah, and it was just couple boxes was there, and I honestly, I wouldn't even sell it. It would be like one person would come in every once a year and get those natty wraps. And
Well,
it
there
was
were
a long
also
time ago, was
cigars.
probably ordered and they've been sitting there.
Let's have Jody.
If you can see from the photo, I'm not sure if you have them in front of you. It's actually a pretty.
I actually don't. I don't
Oh,
think we
you
got
don't?
them.
I don't think we received any.
Oh, you didn't?
But I can look into it further. I didn't see any come across my desk, but I'll look into that and.
Okay, I thought Sarah was going to forward that to you. And on the post sheet, this program that we use, we take photos in the
Yep.
store. And not only were the natty wraps on the shelf, there were also cigars. So the humidor was locked. They do have a freestanding cigar case. The humidor was locked, but they did have the cigars up above. It looked like the nips. Was it a nip display? And then right above that were some natty wraps and some cigars. I might
Yeah,
be,
that's what
It
you
was
took down while we
the
were
ones
there.
that we can able to sell. It was the legal ones. And I have the guy's name. I found the email.
What is it?
His last name is,
Full name, please. His full name.
full name is Hong Chan Chai,
Can I,
Kon, sure.
yeah, he's from the Department of Revenue. He's from the excise unit.
Okay.
So he's not a tobacco inspector.
No. He's doing exactly what we thought he was doing. He's checking excise stamps and making sure that they have their proper tax stamp on
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I thought it
He
was more like
recognizes,
this.
so he is.
know if you can see this. This is the best I can do in regard to the picture of the cigars. Can you see those at all? You can see them next to the natty wraps. I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
it.
I can see, we can see them a little bit, yeah.
So there were game cigars. There was natural silver, black sweets, diamond, red sweets, and green sweets.
So that's why they didn't say anything about this stuff, because it's a totally different agency that's doing a
Okay,
different
'cause I
job.
misunderstood then.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll leave it up to a vote of the board, however the board feels, and if the board
I mean,
has any other
it's
comments
still-
or concerns or.
There's 3 violations and it's
Yeah.
1 violation.
Yeah.
If the first violation's not going away, like I'm not, so
Right,
there's, like you said, ignorance of the law is an excuse. So if we leave it at the first violation, I mean, I'm fine with removing the fine of $1,000, knowing that the second violation, anything that happens moving forward, I mean, if it's just about the $1,000, then it is what it is, but the violation stays
Yeah.
on the books.
and you have to understand
That,
that, Jody, go ahead.
So if you're considering, are you suggesting a warning?
Yes,
Is that okay?
that's what the board might be considering.
So if you're considering that, then it could be continued without a finding. That means if there's a second violation, the first violation comes back into play. So
Yes,
it would be a 2,000 for their second plus the 1,000.
absolutely.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
It
So
was just
you
about-
understand what she's saying?
Yes,
It's a
yes.
2,000 plus the 1,000, so it's a $3,000 fine.
Yes, I'm absolutely willing to take it. It's just about
So-
those wraps, I swear to God, it
So,
wasn't clear of it.
before you agree to that, understand that there are gonna be more inspections and more compliance checks. A compliance check is when an underage youth comes in.
Yes,
tries to
yes.
buy tobacco
We
products from-
do our job seriously.
So if you sell to a minor,
Yes,
Oh, if that was the case, I wouldn't even.
that
Yeah.
thing is, that's
no,
automatic.
I'm open to any of those inspections. Come every day if you would like.
Well, they're gonna
we do our thing.
trick you with that.
No, it's
Yeah.
not a trick. This is, these kids are super honest. They don't try and trick you.
We don't even sell anyone the underage. I don't even let
Trust
the
me,
kids
because
in
I
under
use
the
them.
age of 20 even.
They are trained not.
Unfortunately, we have to because of the candies.
Go
A
into
lot
the
of
store.
people.
They are told, if they're asked for an ID, they're told to tell them I don't have it. If they're asked for their age, they're told to tell them your age.
You know how many fake IDs I have at the store
I
that
can
the kids
imagine.
bring in?
But you also sell alcohol and you
Yes.
sell all age restricted products besides.
It's all
the grocery
21
item.
plus now.
Yes.
So we don't even let anyone under the 21. I don't even let them walk around that aisles. I was like, dude, you gotta get something. It's right there. Chips are right there. Drinks are right there. And you gotta leave. I don't even let them hang around in the store either.
All,
And I have all those licensing, stacks of it that bring in under the age and fake IDs.
Are you saying that no one under 21 should be allowed inside the store?
no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, all the products he sells, other than the candy, gum and snacks, are age restricted. You have to be 21 or older to buy them, except for lottery, you have to
Yes.
be 18.
Right, okay.
So, but that being said, when the youth that these programs use go in, they are taught to be honest. They are trained to be honest about everything. They don't carry IDs. The only thing they carry on them is the money they're given to purchase the product.
I
That's it.
understand it better now. This is all new to me.
Yeah,
so-
no, I know, but I want to be clear about what,
No, I
how
get you
this
now.
operates.
I get you now. I
Yeah.
understand now.
So just to wrap up, unless you have anything else you want to add, Jody.
No, unless anyone has any questions, I could answer questions.
So just to wrap up, if the board chooses, the decision will be to continue this without a finding. If there's a future violation within 3 years, this will be a second violation with a $1,000 fine added on to
And
it.
to suspend it.
And, well, $1,000 fine with a $2,000 fine for the second violation and a 7-day suspension. So $3,000 in fine
Yes.
and 7 days
Understood.
suspension. Somebody wants to make a motion?
I make a motion to approve that as stated, going forward with this situation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Aye. I think we should uphold this, but. Okay. So
Thank
you understand?
Yes,
that
sir.
This is reduced to a warning, continued without a finding rather. And if there's a future violation, the penalties will be much more severe.
Yes.
Okay?
Can we put that all in writing and send it to?
Yeah, I'll come up with a decision letter and we'll send it to you.
Okay.
And I'll send you a copy as well, Jody, to
Thank you.
MHOA.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Jody. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Joe.
your time.
Thank you.
Jody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good night. All right. Health nurse update.
Promise it'll be quick. Since I haven't seen you guys in a while, I just thought I'd throw a little stuff together. So all the routine surveillance activities that are my responsibility are stable and up to date, covering the last 4 months. And all of the mandatory case report forms are complete and entered into Maven. We are, like everybody else, on the lookout for an increase in measles, pertussis, monkeypox is back, or mpox.
Have we seen any cases in the area?
No, we had one client a year ago that was on vacation and was exposed. That was handled very well by their work. Norovirus, we've been seeing a lot of that again. So just that people are aware of travel and risk exposure at its travel time and going down to the Florida thing. And
Yeah.
so it spreads like wildfire.
Wash your hands.
Right.
Do not use hand sanitizer. It doesn't.
Or
work.
alcohol, yeah, right.
Wash your
What?
hands, wash your hands.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work against norovirus, hand sanitizer.
And-
Soap and water, soap and water, soap and water.
Yeah.
So it's a 99.99% of.
Yeah.
That's that one.
Yeah, that's- yeah.
Yes, it's a very hardy little bugger and and there's no treatment for it per se. It's, it's vicious. That is. All of respiratory diseases that are on our dashboard are on a slight uptick, particularly influenza. We're seeing more influenza than anything else. And the last check on the dashboard, of all of the respiratory diseases that was seen in the Sentinel emergency rooms that we have set up, only COVID accounted for only 0.9% of those. Flu accounted for 1.8 of those, and RSV for 0.2 of those. So there's a lot of other viruses out there. There's one that's lingering around 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
It's really hanging in there, and you get the cough and just the fatigue for 2 to 3 weeks after the acute episode is over. So it
I'm
lingers.
sorry, is that COVID?
No,
Oh, RSV?
no, none of them. It's just,
Oh,
no, we
it's
didn't
just
even,
a bug.
it could be human metapneumovirus or just another coronavirus, not of COVID nature.
I
So
looked at
just
COVID
the usual respiratory stuff. And I think interesting, and this will precede, we had 2 flu clinics. They were very sparsely attended. But that's not, I didn't take it personally because it's kind of in concert with the Massachusetts state right now. Only 10.4% of the population is immunized against COVID and only 31% against the flu influenza and only 12.5 against RSV. So there's not a lot of interest in immunization until it spreads and everybody goes running to get it when it's a little too late.
When it's
It's already at a contagion level. It's not going to help. So then we had the 2 clinics, and Nisha and I met, and we talked about things that work, things that didn't work. Is there any way we can improve the numbers? And so we will meet again, and that's part of my, what am I going to do next year? That's going to be a little bit different.
You know what'll-
We are going to host it in the main room.
Yeah, you know what I think will improve the numbers? Give it in August.
And I thought September,
Yeah.
the pharmacies didn't get it, and that was the
Right.
problem is that the availability,
What pharmacy did you use?
Laternos.
Yeah.
So I mean, I picked October because I thought that was a nice.
It's the right time.
a good time of year.
Absolutely.
But if we could back it up to September when everybody's still talking about it early, maybe it'll be more in their minds.
Yeah.
And then we'll host it in the main room, which is convenient
Yep.
and warm and
Yeah.
easy to find. One of the criticisms we had is that people would come in and nobody knew where the fire training station was.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, it's
Yeah.
where? What is it? We thought the trucks came out that door, kind of thing. So it was a little bit of feedback, but it's valid.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and improve, our advertisement and try to emphasize the importance of it.
I think the problem we have in public health is that it comes out in August. Pharmacies are immunizing in August and September, and when we go to do it September and October, everybody's got it.
Yeah.
So we're the last game in town.
Yeah, and we're restrictive compared to the pharmacies. I mean, you
Right.
just walk in, fill out a clipboard, and
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
in and out. So it is a dying art. It's a dying service, I think.
It sucks, in my opinion.
Even doctors' offices are, have backed off on a lot of the
I know.
optional immunizations.
Yeah.
It's expensive to bring this stuff in. It doesn't get used, it gets wasted, and it's a big loss for them.
Yeah.
So, if you can get it in any urgent care center or doctors or pharmacy,
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
just too.
it's overkill. yeah.
I just think by the time, if you get in August or September, by the time season hits, the immunity's waned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. Comes the spring, the spring
Exactly.
around.
Yeah.
So you can't win. And again, it's not so much that it prevents the flu or prevents COVID,
Right.
but it keeps you out of the hospital and you won't die. That's all, if you get it. So, people, are gonna do what they're gonna do. All we can do is provide the stuff and encourage them.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I have been in touch a couple of times with Pam Palumbo and, where she's in the middle of classes and some exams that she's taking for various certifications in that maternity thing. My right hand gal, my left hand gal over here has been, utilizing, some of her, web's design kind of concepts on on a little letter that we can send out, encouraging people to take the free consultation through the mother
Yeah.
and birth thing.
Yeah.
Putting the direct contact information and calling us for additional information or
Is
anything that
Pam gonna do that, or are you gonna?
she's gonna do
She's
it.
gonna do it. Okay.
So we have a system worked out where we'll find out from the clerk who, where the births are. It may be a little slow going once a week, but
Yeah.
it may go to once a month because we average about 50 births a year. So it's every week we might be disappointed more often than if instead of waiting for a month.
Yeah.
So, but then that triggers the letter going out, inviting them to take advantage of this free service. And some of the things that's offered if they wish, and it's left to the consumer to avail themselves of that.
Yeah.
But we're, talking it up and encouraging people and we're prepared to do that. So I believe we have a draft out to Pam. I'm not sure if it went out today or whether it's going out this week.
Awesome.
But we've got a pretty good system going here and we'll have a log and evaluation system and a database
Yeah.
as well. And right now I'm compiling all of the year's data and statistics for for the end of the year of all of the cases of different things that we've seen and done that will ultimately go into the annual report. And then I clean up my files and refile everything and I start
Yeah.
January 1st all over again. So, but it's been good. It's been a great balance of the year. So
I think if we can get one or two of those visits a year, that'd be a success story, to tell you the truth.
we'll see how it goes. And she's got additional requirements, I think, to keep data and tracking. The only thing I was uncertain of, and I'm not sure it's even, I tend to think that way, but liabilities, which I think they're protected on their end. I think in the
MOU.
MOU, I thought I saw language in there kind of thing. Not that there's going to be injections or anything like that, but
Right.
there could be a lot of questions about immunizations and a person could, get a lot of information in that, make their own decisions.
Yeah, and the way we're doing them on our end is, it's just providing them information so that they can seek services elsewhere. We provide them that information.
Right,
to go
where they
to.
know where the resources are.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, excellent.
So,
Yep.
awesome.
And other than that, we're doing good.
I drove by the dumpster over there on, if it's still in its location. Have we had any more complaints about it?
No more complaints, but I think it's just kind of a holding period. I think people understand that it's hard getting work done right before the holidays. So I anticipate after the new year, maybe we might hear something That's no additional information.
I'm gonna try and work on dumpster regulation. I have the private haul regulations almost done, so maybe in January, February, talk about them. We'll probably do them one at a time, because we're gonna have to hold public hearings, and then if they're approved, we'll have to send copies to DEP and have to send them to town council and things like that
Sure.
prior to that, so.
What's going on?
That dumpster that you
Oh.
went by,
Yeah,
so there's been problems with it, the neighbor has complained about it quite a bit. He's very upset, and rightfully so, I think, you
the
know,
neighbor,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So in the parking lot, there's some spots in the middle of the lot that we think would make more sense for it to be away from the neighbor's property, closer to their property. We told them to move it, and it's still there, but the fire department also wants a curb stop put so that it remains 5 feet away from the overhang of the building for fighting purposes and things like that. So they may be waiting to put the curb stop in before they move it. You know, I didn't realize, I thought the dumpster was on wheels. It's not, it's just,
Right.
it's on the
They
ground.
left it and dump it.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I drove by, it's clean. It looks clean anyway. I didn't get out and stop, but it's empty and it looks clean. So,
Yeah,
you know, I think that if he can move it over to his property away from the neighbors, that might resolve some of the issues that the neighbor was having. So,
I know Colin Schaefer, he's gonna be stopping in tomorrow. I believe he was going to follow up. I don't know if he's gonna issue an order to correct to the owner.
Okay.
But we were gonna discuss that a little bit
yeah,
further.
I heard the owner's kind of difficult to deal with too. So,
I have,
I don't-
I have another solution. One of us members of the Board of Health, or the Board of Health, calls the dumpster company. And look, we have a problem here. The simplest thing to do to keep everybody happy is for you to put this in another place. I
So
mean, we're gonna
I-
get the runaround from all these people. If we
I think
do
part of the problem is where can they put it? And I know the fire department had specific requirements. So I don't want to just have them move it and not fulfill the fire department's requirements. I want them to comply with what the fire department's,
Are you saying that you want to have it over against the building?
not right up against the building, so.
Why can't we just move it further away from the street on that side?
Because it's still up against the neighbor's property. We want it away from the neighbor's property. We want it, so if this is where it is now, we want it over here along the building,
Right.
but away from the building. So
Okay,
God
there's a
forbid,
fire in the
God forbid
dumpster.
somebody sets, lights the dumpster on fire, it doesn't catch the building on fire. Yeah.
So is the neighbor controlling this whole situation? Kind of seems.
No,
No?
I don't think so. I think he's upset, and I think rightfully so he's upset, because it's a trash issue for him, it's a
Right.
rodent issue for him, so I think he's got legitimate complaints.
All right, but us as the Board of Health, we gotta try to keep everybody happy, and that's not always easy to do.
You know, I dealt with a very similar situation today in Salem, and I told the owner in no uncertain terms, because this has been going on for over a year. This is gonna get cleaned up today, and after the holidays, we're gonna meet, we're gonna find a location for this dumpster, because this is not gonna continue into the 2026. I'm not dealing with this
All right,
in
well,
2026.
I agree we should do that in this town too.
So, you know, we can certainly do that, but we'll deal with it after the holidays. I'm not gonna deal with it right now, so.
But what do we have to get out of the fire department? Do we have to
Uh,
get something written?
no,
Is
I
this
think
something in process that you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
with them?
Yeah, I think it's in process. It's just a matter of getting the dumpster moved, so it may take some time for the trash hauler to move. So. And it may be inconvenient for them, because then they're gonna have to pull in, they may have to put a 2-yarder in there that's on wheels so that they can spin it and
Right,
lift it, you
right,
know?
right, exactly.
And they may be looking at going to toters for each individual business so that they can get them out easier and make it more convenient for them to empty, as opposed to putting a 4-yard or whatever it is in there, so. But.
They might have
You
to find,
laugh at me?
No, no, no.
they might have to, because the dumpster company doesn't care about all of us.
No, absolutely not.
They might not have a dumpster there anymore,
No.
basically.
They gotta do something to get rid of their trash, and if the other problem is the dumpster isn't just for the restaurant, it's for the whole plaza.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That one dumpster?
I think so. That one
That's
dumpster is for the whole
That's
plaza.
way undersized.
So, and that, I think that's part of the problem, so. All right, I don't wanna take up too much more time, it's getting late, so. Any other business anybody wants to talk about?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Nick?
all in favor?
Aye.